Hello students. So today's diagram is the isometric cylinder. Okay, let's draw how to draw the isometric cylinder. Okay, first of all what we have the problem is draw an isometric view of a cylinder which is base diameter is 50 mm and axis of height is 70 mm. Okay, so this is the what we have the dimensions for the cylinder. Okay, so next is the we have two cases. That is the case 1 and case 2. So in the case 1 the axis is perpendicular to the HP, and in case 2 the axis is parallel to the HP. So here the axis in the first case the axis is perpendicular to the HP means so the axis is parallel to the VP. Okay, whereas in the case 2 the axis is parallel to the HP means it's perpendicular to the VP. Okay, so for that first of all I have to take the case 1. Okay, the axis is perpendicular to the HP. Okay, for that first of all we have to draw the a reference line. Okay, we know that basics. First of all we have to draw the a reference line. Let me draw the reference line like this. Okay, so next we have to draw the axis is perpendicular to HP means so the base is on the HP, that is we have to consider the X and Z axis. Okay, so for that we have to take the 230 degrees of lines. Okay, first of all I mark the some point here. So this is the point. Okay, so next we have to take 230 degrees of lines, 1 and 2. Okay, so 230 degrees of lines. So next we have to draw the a lines which is the equal to the base diameter. Okay, so we have to draw the rhombus over here which is the equal to the base diameter of 50 mm. So here one thing is here we draw the isometric view, not a isometric projections. Here the view. Okay, so in the view means we have to take the true length. Okay, what is the this is the 50 mm. If it problem is asked as the draw the isometric projection of the cylinder, then we'll take the isometric scale and measure reduce the dimensions. Okay, or else we have to calculate the true length equal into 0.82. Okay, then we'll get the isometric scale, then we'll use the isometric scale to the drawing. But here we have the isometric view. Okay, so for that, so for isometric view, so the base diameter is 50 mm. Okay, so we have to draw the rhombus of 50 mm on 4 sides. Okay, let's draw it. So this is the 50 mm. Similarly, we have to draw the all 4 sides. This is the 50 mm. We know the other side. Okay. For the third point, we have to take the a distance of 50 mm. Okay, like this. So from here, so these are the all sides are equal, then we from the both side we have to draw like this. So when both the arcs are coincide, then we'll get the point. Okay, so this is the point. Okay, now join this point with the other points. Like so this is our rhombus. Okay, in the previous classes in the planes I had already discussed about the how to draw the circle. Okay, there is the two methods. Okay, so first one is the point to point method and second one is the 4 centers method. So this is the I am going to draw with the 4 centers method. So for that we have to first of all find out the midpoints of the rhombus. Okay, so for this is the 50 mm, that is the 2.5. Okay, so next I am taking the compass and mark it as the 2.5 distance. Then I'll cut the other sides also like this. like this, like this. Okay, now we have the 4 midpoints. Now I mark the all the midpoints. Okay, first we'll give the names to the rhombus P, Q, R and S. Okay, so next we have to join this P point with the opposite midpoints like this, like this. Okay, similarly the R point is joined with the opposite midpoints like these two. That's it. Now here I have to do another thing is the draw the diagonal lines from this called S to the Q. Okay, so now this is the point one center and this is the other center of us. Okay, that is the O and O1. Okay, O and O1. Okay, now here we have to do is give me the some names to the midpoints. That is the A, B, C and D. Okay, now here I am doing another thing. This is the solid. Okay, this is the center. So that's why we have to draw another plane like this on the upward direction. Okay, so we have first we have this one. Okay, so here we draw the arc and it may be completely after completion of this circle it look like as the ellipse shape. Okay, so similarly we have the another face. So this is the bottom surface and we have to draw the another face of the cylinder, which is the upper side. For that we have the distance of height. This is the axis side, this is the 70 mm. Okay, so for that we have to draw the a height of 70 mm from the each point of P, Q or S. Okay, so first of all let me draw the a height of 70 mm. Okay, here I will change the color of 70 mm. Okay, so from the S you have to draw the a height of 70 mm like this, and similarly from the point Q we have to draw a height of 70 mm. Okay, similarly from the point, so this is the upper face. So in the upper face same we have to draw the mark the same points. So these points are which is the midpoints. Okay, so after then here we have the midpoints in the bottom one. Okay, in the bottom rhombus we have the midpoint. Similarly same as we have to mark the same bottom points on the upper face also. Then we will go draw the another circle over here. Okay, so for that we have to take the midpoints of the each side. Okay, then we will mark it as the, so here is the 2.5. Is as done as the bottom face. Okay, from the point P I am joining these opposite midpoints. Similarly from the point P join the another midpoint like this. Okay, similarly from the R1 here we also give the, this is the A1, B1, C1 and D1. Okay, so from the R I had drawn a line to the D1. Similarly from the R I had drawn a line to the A1. Okay, now I am drawing one diagonal line. Okay, so this is the O and O1 again. Okay, so now what we have to do, we know that now here we are going to draw the arc from the P as the center and take a PC as the radius, okay, and draw arc like this. Similarly, R as the center and R to D as the radius, and draw a arc up to the A. Like this, okay, and O as the center, okay, and O to C as the radius, and draw a arc up to the D. Okay, similarly O1, and draw an arc from A to D. Okay, so now the bottom circle is completed. Now similarly in the upward direction also, in the top face. Okay, so from the P1 I will take a distance of P to C and draw an arc okay. Similarly from R to D, from R to D draw an arc up to the A1. Okay, so now from the O to C1 and O as the center, and draw an arc. Similarly from the O1 to B1. And draw the arc. Okay, so here the bottom circle and upper circle is go over. Now we have to join the draw the tangent line. Okay, so for the tangent line, mark it this point and this point. I am joining these 2 points. Then we'll get the tangent line. Then it looks like as the cylinder. Okay, similarly here also, like this. Okay, now this is the end of the cylinder. Okay, this is the how to draw the cylinder. Okay, so here these two are the 30 degrees. Okay, so this is the case 1. Now we are going to draw the case 2. For that case 2, first of all we have to take the reference line, okay, which is taken for every diagram in the isometric view. We need a reference line like this. Draw the reference line very lightly. Okay, like this. Okay, now I am going to mark a point over here. Okay, from there, first of all I am taken as the 230 degrees. Okay, so here we have the one point, here we have the another one. Okay, we have the 230 degrees of points. So here first of all we have to draw one plane. Okay, which is here the condition is the case 2, the axis is parallel to the HP and perpendicular to the VP. Okay, or maybe it's sometimes parallel to both the HP and VP. Okay, so here that means the axis is parallel to the HP. Okay, so for that we have taken, first of all draw the rhombus over here. Here we have taken the x and z axis. Okay, y axis, sorry, axis, not the x axis, y axis and the z axis. Okay, so the distance is 50 mm. Now this is the z axis. Now I am going to draw the y axis from here like this. So this is the y axis, also the 50 mm. Similarly we have draw another line which is parallel to the y axis. like this. Now join these 2 points. Let's check the distance. Okay, so we have the same distance of 50 mm. This is the first phase. Now from here we have to take distance of so here the axis is horizontal. Okay, here the axis is perpendicular. Now here the axis is parallel, that means that it's horizontal line. Okay, the height of the axis is 70 mm. Okay, so from here I am taking the 70 mm as the length, like this. Okay, okay, so from here I will draw the another rhombus over here. Okay, for this we have to take the, let me take this one. Okay, let's join with the horizontal line, then we'll mark the dimensions from here. That is the 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so this one. Mm. Now from here we will draw the another perpendicular line, which is the 50 mm. From here we draw the 50 mm. So similarly from here also we have to draw the 50 mm. Now join these 2 points. See, the dimensions are here also the same as the 50 mm. Okay, we have the both sides. Okay, now we have, first of all we have to divide this one. Okay, so first of all that we have to mark the midpoints of this rhombus. Okay, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. Okay, so here this is the P, Q, R and S. Similarly here this is the P1, Q1, R1 and S1. Okay, so now join this, so and give them also A, B, C, D. Okay, so now here same as the previous one, we are going to join the points from P to C, okay, and P to B. Okay, so similarly from the R, okay, we have to draw a line to the R to D. And R to A. Okay, now draw the a diagonal line which is S to Q. Okay, now we have the O and O1. Okay, so at the up to here this is the ending of the marking of the points. Okay, next again we have to go to mark the points over here. Okay, so for that we have to take the same here also the midpoints. First of all mark the midpoints, that is the 2.5. Here also the 2.5, and here also have 2.5 midpoint, and same as here also at the 2.5. Okay, so this is the A1, B1, C1 and D1. Okay, in the same manner, so in this rhombus also we have to mark the and join the points which is from P to C, P to B and R to D, R to A. Okay, let's join it. P to C and the point P to B. So similarly from R to A. And R to D. Okay, now join the diagonal line which is passes from the S to Q. Like this. So here also have the O and O1 centers. Okay. So I am here doing the join this one also for the reference purpose. Like this. Okay, now I'm going to draw a circle. Okay, so in the entire diagram what we have to do is you have to draw a dark line which is I had drawn in the black color. Okay, so rest of the green and the red color which we can see here, so these are the very light lines. Okay, take a distance of P to C and draw the arc. Okay, oh, little bit distance. Okay, it's okay, no problem. Now from R to A. Draw the another arc. Okay, similarly from the O to C. Draw an arc, and from O1 to A, sorry. So this is the one side. Sorry for this. So in the same manner, we have to draw an arc which is passes from O1 to like this. Similarly O1 to A1. Okay, and from P to R, sorry, from P to C, sorry. Okay, now from R to D. Like this. Okay, so this is the surfaces of the both sides. Now we have to join the tangents. Okay, so from here to here. So similarly from here to here. Okay, so this is the case 2. This is the case 2. Okay, so here the axis is perpendicular to the HP. Here the axis is parallel to the HP. Okay, so these are the two cases. Okay, I hope you understand how to draw the cylinders in the both cases. Okay, in the same manner we have to draw the another plane, that is the xy plane, and the diagram is converted in this direction. Okay, thank you.